Yes! Oh, hey! Do you want to watch some TV? Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, never seen him that big before. Eee. Oh, whoa! Well, good day. This is Dr. Moreau here, the sometime sidekick of TV's Ned the Dead, who is with me in spirit today. There he is. I'm watching some oddities from the history of television, sci-fi animated TV from the early 60s, and it bears strong commentary. In fact, I'm going to activate my friend here. This is my friend. I made him. This is Steiny. Steiny? Here. Not again. He wasn't around much in the 60s, but his brain donor was. So I'm going to consult his database while watching these freaky cartoons. Right now we've been watching some Space Angel from the early 60s, and you've got to say the first impression when you watch it is the human lips that have been horribly grafted onto still drawings. That is strange. Would you care to comment, Steiny?
Wow.
Of course, now they're not there.
No, that's okay. But Chuck Haas.
That sounds better when you say it that way.
Chuck
I prefer the Haas myself.
Chuck Haas. All his cartoons were set up this way. So yes, Space Angel and Captain Cargo Clutch Cargo. Sorry,
I believe was the first attempt.
Brain reversal.
It's called Synchrovox. The amazing Synchrovox technology for grafting human lips onto still drawings. Maybe you've seen Conan O'Brien do it with celebrities, or even Svengoolie on his show. But it's a strange deal, because it's remember when The Hobbit came out, and everybody was talking about the 48 frames per second version, how odd it seemed to some people because it was a different reality. Well, I think human lips grafted onto a cartoon character, that would bring a strange reality to me.
It gives me the shivers.
It's odd.
Right up my coccyx.
Bizarre.
I like to humor the old boy. He'll never get that rattle trap of his off the ground. Not him I'm worried about. It's those new designs that are being readied on some of the planets.
I understand Anthenia has a secret design. They claim it will beat anything we have.
Don't pay any attention to those guys. To hear them tell it, you'd think they invented everything from weightlessness to baked beans.
Oh, look at that. But when there is movement, it's very fluid, because probably they're dragging a piece of cardboard across the bottom of the screen.
Right. Yeah. And the animation is, when it is animation, is actually really well done.
It is. It's very smooth and fluid. I love the spaceships in space. And of course, most notable, I did not appreciate this when I was 8 years old, watching Space Angel on Colonel Caboose, on his show coming out of Green Bay, when they took a half-hour episode and chopped it up into 5 parts.
Serial.
So Monday through Friday, every day you had a new chapter in the story, whether you could follow it or not. And
good luck.
That was pretty odd. It was also black and white then. I'm surprised to see green spacesuits. Who wants green spacesuits? So it's in color, and there's only 2 colors. So perhaps it's not full color.
And wasn't this a precursor to the Johnny Quest on the style?
Absolutely.
The style.
Absolutely.
Of the way it looks.
Because Doug Wildey, the creator of Johnny Quest, although he only got the credit of based on an idea of by. I'm gonna comment on that right now.
Look out.
Based on an idea by Doug Wildey. He designed Johnny Quest. He created it from the ground up, but Hanna-Barbera got all the credit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
The art on Space Angel, everything is drawn by the comics legend Alex Toth, or Toth if you prefer. What do I know?
Yeah.
I still say Submariner instead of Submariner. That sounds... And so we got a great illustrator here designing these characters and drawing all the art that they're putting human lips on. He's very good at people and tech, the technology in the background. Some good stuff here. And he designed a lot of characters for Hanna-Barbera in the 60s, like Space Ghost. Probably not much of a...
And Birdman.
Go from Space Angel to Space Ghost.
But very different style, as opposed to people in suits solving problems. You literally have a superhero flying through space with his beams.
Oh, I love the beams. I love the beams.
I love the beams right into... Oh, wait, no.
Beep, boop, beep, boop. What's not cool about that? But Doug Wildey, we digress, was an animator also on Space Angel. Alex Toth designed all the stuff and drew most of it, and Doug Wildey worked as an animator, so in Hanna-Barbera was looking for a way to do a show like Johnny Quest that, instead of talking funny animals, had humans in it. You got Doug Wildey to draw amazing stuff, the technology, the hovercrafts, and spaceships, and robot spiders, and show the guys who only draw funny animals how to do humans, and how to do it as inexpensively as possible for television.
Just move the arm, just move the head.
So Space Angel in a way is very, very crude, but it led to a high water mark in television animation by inspiring Johnny Quest and the Hanna-Barbera superheroes of the 60s.
Moving on,
in my opinion.
moving forwards.
And Space Angel also several other Chuck Haas cartoons. Haas, Chuck Haas. Lower. Haas. Also doing such shows as Captain Fathom, a underwater version, if you will, of Space Angel, where yet again all the design work seems to be very Alex Toth inspired, or in fact done by him. All the submarines and all the underwater craft all has a very similar look and feel to it.
Yes.
It's all illustrated the same.
The lore, the TV lore,
seems to disagree on how much involvement Alex Toth had in Captain Fathom, but that one was totally off my radar. I remember Clutch Cargo on Colonel Caboose and Space Angel, though they were black and white back in my day. I'm surprised to see them in color. It's really odd. But, so Captain Fathom came... Well, before we get away from Space Angel, I wanted to mention the voice of the big fat engineer guy with the Scottish accent. George Torres. Is actually the voice of Hal Smith, who people may remember as Otis, the town drunk, on the Andy Griffith Show.
so
And boy do
take
we
that lore.
And boy do we need that drinking right now.
Which would certainly help.
Oh, perhaps you should cut that part out. So he did a lot of other voices too. I don't know if anybody out there remembers Frankenstein Jr. animated show. You got two Frankenstein Jr. cartoons, and in the middle you got the superheroes, the Impossibles, and Hal Smith was the voice of Coil Man. So, for what that's worth, if anybody remembers that. That's one of the first times I went, that voice is familiar to me. I wonder who did that. And paid attention to the credits. And Hal Smith, there he was. Otis.
Very interesting.
Otis, who would lock himself up in jail on the Andy Griffith Show. Turned out to have had quite a voice career.
Yes.
So, oh, the lovely Crystal.
Chris.
Definitely an Alex Toth creation. She scares me, though, with those arching eyebrows.
You're surprised. At all times, they're scared.
And she's a little too smitten.
I tell you, with Scott McCloud,
Smitten
the
in the
Space
head.
Angel.
In the head!
No.
All right, no more cage.
There's an episode where Scott McCloud does nothing but get captured and is sitting in a jail cell, and the only heroic thing he does is to not get killed when the bombs fall that release him from his prison. And all the while, Crystal is pining away. I wish Scott was here, which is sort of embarrassing.
Yeah. Eyes all aflutter. Yes.
Oh, Crystal. Now, Captain Fathom, you mentioned, has Miss Perkins, who is as hot as Crystal, but she has the lady librarian glasses on, which kind of worked for me.
Yes.
That kind of sends me. I don't know why. What is that spaceship spraying out of it?
It's like retro.
It's like a breath
retro rockets.
Breath dispenser. Captain Fathom, now you brought up, which I was not aware of that. I believe came after Clutch Cargo and Space Angel and was done a little later. But did you know the character of Captain Fathom came from a 1955 movie? Did you know that?
No.
Is that in your database?
No, wait.
Did your donor have that information?
No, he did not. Yeah. No. Sorry.
So they took the Captain Fathom character to make cheap, shall we say, television animated cartoons. But I'd like to see the 1955 movie sometime. I know that Kenneth Tobey was in it. He didn't play Captain Fathom, but the great Kenneth Tobey from Thing from Another World, he was in that.
Yes. We'll have to, maybe in a future edition, we will review or talk about those movies and those shows.
Okay. Shrew?
Down!
We're trying to record something here. Shrew! Miserable shrew. So, what? What else do we have to... Oh, the sound effects are very nice, too. Ooh, we have some of our...
Speaking of sound effects. I remember that sound when I was created. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor.
That was a good one. Yeah. They're in our library.
Speaking of... Sorry, Crystal. Those spacesuits leave nothing to the imagination.
But green. What's up with green? It's interesting you may notice some of these cartoon characters are casting shadows from time to time.
Yes.
They did employ a multi-plane technique so that you could pull a spaceship or a person through the middle of the whole thing with something in the foreground leaving a shadow on them.
On a slotted level.
It left a shadow because it was a piece of cardboard.
But when you're on the cheap, you use what you have.
Why, still
Which
fast.
explains why I only have one lung. Thank you, Doctor.
Sorry.
So, music, I also noticed, is very...
Oh. Yes. That sounds familiar.
Well, not just this one, but another episode especially. Exact same music as in Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, he just cast a shadow on a planet.
Yes.
Which is...
Yeah. No, but
which is something, since the planet is probably 250,000 miles away.
And it's, but the music is definitely from Night of the Living Dead, or vice versa. Probably this was before, so it'd be after.
I've heard a piece from Teenagers from Outer Space.
So that must be a music package that was available to
all public domain
borrowed from
music and sound effects. So and of course it's all the stock footage noise.
When somebody mentions the shadows, suddenly they're everywhere. Oh, sorry.
Look out!
Pardon me. That was.
Doc's wired up in the nipple department, if you know what I mean.
No. So I guess we've lambasted Space Angel.
Yes.
Fairly well.
Yeah.
Do you have more to say about Captain Fathom? I can say that I dozed off twice watching Captain Fathom. I could not fathom Captain Fathom's plot. Which is strange.
Speaking of plots, I did notice a
bathroom is right there around the corner. Speaking of plots.
Oh boy, plop plop, fist to fist. Oh, what a fight it is. Thank you, sir.
Plots. I did notice that even though that the collections that we have to view are out of order, probably on order number,
Yes, you can make some speculation
of plot development
as to how they evolved.
Yes, it's very obvious from both Captain Fathom and Space Angel that the earlier episodes were much more serious, the plots were more complex, and the animation was even a better, higher quality. And then as the series goes on, they get more and more silly and just goofy
And cartoony.
Yes.
Like
Space Angel has an episode with which seems like a very interesting science fiction episode. It involves spacecraft that are powered by solar technology. Well, they say sunlight, but it's the same idea. Yeah. And then you have Crater Eddie. I believe is his name. The hermit who lives on the moon, and he looks like he's a Dick Tracy villain.
Yeah, right. Everybody else looks normal. Looks like a normal.
So that's
human.
odd. I find a lot of that in Captain Fathom.
Yep.
That the villains especially all look so cartoony.
Yep, and then inspired characters from other things. Like Captain Fathom has a guy who seemed like W.C. Fields.
Like weird.
Yes, very strange.
Throw that in there.
Yeah.
I'd rather stay on the submarine. The Argonaut? Is that what it was called?
Yes.
The submarine? Because Miss Perkins is on the submarine.
Oh. Get her trapped in a steel box.
Oh.
Beep.
So, one or two things to mention in follow-up to Space Angel. Scott McCloud, the featured character.
The Space Angel.
He's got a code name. I don't understand why.
Because they all call him Scott anyway.
But you've got to love the eye patch. When he's got his space helmet on, which, by the way, he does in 3 shots.
Yes.
It's above his head, it's coming over his head,
And then it's
on
down.
his head.
Right.
In 3 shots. That eye patch is crazy because, for one thing, it may make things difficult piloting a spaceship and reading your instrumentality. But I wonder if he had been an inspiration for Nick Fury of Marvel Comics, who was, when he was in World War II in the comics, as Sergeant Fury in his Howling Commandos. Then he became the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. in the 60s.
Skipper, you think anybody lives there?
Obviously, somebody's sending those crazy signals.
I've been sending requests for transmission on one of our frequencies, but no results.
Keep trying, Chris.
There. I get a needle fluctuation. I'll try and tune in on that. Nope, still nothing.
Maybe it's siesta time down there.
I don't like the looks of this place. Let's go home.
And you gotta wonder if Scott McCloud didn't inspire the look of Nick Fury.
Very possible, especially because maybe Steranko's look of his drawing, especially in certain Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. covers, has a very Space Angel look to it almost.
The jaw.
The jaw, but the outfit too. I think it's Nick Fury Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 6, especially has a very
Lormy Steiny.
Yeah. has a very like kind of space look, and he's in space. You get the big bubble helmet and everything.
Wow.
Great cover.
Things are always inspiring other things.
Right.
And the voice is very distinctive.
Yes.
We mentioned Hal Smith doing a lot of the voices for Space Angel, primarily Taurus, from the Andy Griffith Show. But the guy doing Scott McCloud, he seems to be heavily medicated. I don't understand. The name of the actor, we looked it up, is Ned Lefebvre. Lefebvre. So his name itself sounds like he's mumbling.
Yes.
So it sounds like, Ned, it's time for your lines. Okay, I'll be right down there. I just got to drink some of this, some NyQuil before I get on to the mic.
I'm always drinking cough syrup for all of my voiceovers.
And here we go. Crystal, how are those instrument readings looking?
Everything's just fine, Scott. Oh, she's got those arching eyebrows that creep me out. I don't know why. Much prefer Miss Perkins' eyeglasses. to Crystal and her scary eyebrows. Oh, there goes the helmet.
Yeah, see, bubble helmet.
I can animate that sequence in just 3 drawings.
One thing that I do have a strong database in the mind about is art and how good it looks, and obviously this is attributed to Toth and Wilding, but in some cases just how cool it looks, like how real it looks in some cases. All the outer space stuff more or less looks fantastic, and the Captain Fathom, all the undersea stuff looks great. The people are, other than the grafted layers, looks
and ahead of its time. I'm told, I didn't see it, but there's an episode of Space Angel where the Starduster, what a great name for his rocket ship, actually matches the rotation of a space station, which we saw later in 2001: A Space Odyssey. And cool,
yes,
cool to be in a cartoon that was really thrown at kids. There is some good science fiction-y stuff.
There is.
And then you got your Crater Eddie and whatnot, but
again, later in the series, running out of ideas, throwing darts at a board.
I love that you go out in the earlier days. You went out and you got an Alex Toth or a Doug Wildey to design some of this stuff, because nowadays it seems pretty much anything goes.
Right.
And people that don't even know how to draw, thanks to flash animation and computers, can do anything. So the good news is technology means that anybody can realize their ideas. The bad news is anybody can realize their ideas.
It's porn. No.
You used to need to have a movie studio to shoot a movie in, and now you can go anywhere with lightweight equipment. People that have no business making movies are making movies. But then again, you gotta love the guys like Ed Wood,
yes,
who really didn't have the talent for it, but had the will,
had the drive,
had the will,
had the drive
to make movies, to overcome their lack of talent. I love that about those guys. I love that about the old.
It's all heart.
Oh wait, my heart's over here. Thank you, Doc.
Oh, stop that.
Okay. Not the cage.
Checkers.
But
well, we've enjoyed a look at some of the oddities of TV science fiction.
yes, with this animation style, we wanted to focus on this style.
So remember the name Syncrovox. You want to remember Syncrovox. That's your takeaway from this little session.
Do your homework.
Lost technology.
Yes.
I would like to see the dentist chair that they strapped the actors into to keep their head stable and unmoving, so their lips could.
Speaking of staples, I got a loose one back here. Can you take care of that for me, Doc? Not right now, but
wait a minute now.
What?
Wait a minute now. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Right tool for the job.
Right there, sir, please.
Yeah, that's got her.
Yep, that feels better. So, but yes, we hopefully will be back with a new theme. That's the idea.
Yes, something as cool as Syncrovox limited animation television. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
So,
this is Dr. Moreau and my friend Steiny, who I made myself.
Yeah.
I make friends.
I make friends.
I make friends. Very easily. So, good day.
Thanks again.
Love the Lord.